Alright, well, welcome back everybody. So today we are going to get back on disking in this food plot, and I am way behind. My last episode when I disked it in, I told you I was going to try to wait just a couple weeks, disc it in again so stuff wouldn't have a good time to grow back or seed out. Well, if you've been watching the channel, life has gotten in the way and there's been a lot of things going on, so that just didn't happen. But it is what it is. Food plots are not top priority. But I tell you what, it's actually probably a blessing in disguise that I did not get back out here like I had thought. Because while this looks like this is growing back up thick with weeds, it is not what it appears to be. Look right here. This is all brown top millet. So brown top millet will come back year after year after year. The seed lays dormant all the way from last season. So everything you're looking at, minus a few weeds here and there, is brown top millet. And it has started seeding out. So what I'm about to do is disc in millet. Some of it I won't completely cover and kill off. It'll start growing back perfect. Everything else that's seeded out, a lot of it has, I'm just planting extra seeds, so that works out great as well. I'll come back in another week or two, level this out with the disc and kind of pack, get a nice smooth seed bed, and then put some millet seed that I have on top, so all this will grow together. So I'm getting free seed out of the deal right here. This is thick enough it's not going to chop in completely, but that's okay. A lot of the stuff that I come out here and mowed, it's breaking down nicely. The disc should cut it up, and we'll get some good organic matter in the soil. I'm not going to worry about turning this in time after time and getting it perfect, but I think one heavy disking in today that I'm about to do, and then come back and leveling it in a week or two and planting, it's going to work out perfect. As you can see, it already wants to turn into a millet field without me doing much of nothing. So that's a good thing about millet. That's the reason I've grown it. I've experimented a lot over the years. Millet's easy to grow. It's pretty cost effective. It does like fertilizer because I plant my millet really thick so it will cut down on weed competition. But I'll come out here and put a few 100 pounds per acre of fertilizer. I'll leave it alone. And in about 2.5 months, it is seeded out so well, it's ready for dove season. So let's jump on the tractor and start cutting all this in. Well, I've got it disc in as good as I'm going to get it. I could chop it in a second time, but since everything that I'm looking at out there, minus some grass and weeds, I'd say a good 95% of everything that was green is last year's brown top millet that's coming back. So it's no problem if some of that doesn't get completely covered up and killed off. I'm okay with it growing back up to seed now. It's just going to help me. Plus I chopped in a lot of green seed today. That still should grow. So I'll come out, level this here in a couple of weeks with a disc, and I like to make a nice fluffy bed and just get it level. And millet seed's so tiny, I'll just come broadcast it, come back and roller pack it right in. I don't cover the seed up with a disc because you just covered up too far and you'll kill it off. So we'll do that pretty quick. I've decided instead of doing 2 plantings this year like I normally do, I'll plant, skip, plant some more. It just doesn't seem to work out the last few years. It's just always been a learning process. So what I'm gonna do is just plant everything you see behind me, minus about an acre up here that I like to leave for deer for bow season. But I'll plant everything else in brown top millet at the same time. I'm taking some risk there. If we get in a bad drought or something happens, it may not come up well. That's why I do always like to stagger plantings. But I've noticed the last couple of years, I get the majority of my dove the first weekend or two, and then it just kind of dies off. That's the way it is. I have a lot of plantations around me, and they have a far bigger budget and a lot more land than I do to attract all the dove. So I try to get all the resident dove that are here right now, not the migratory dove that come in late in the season. So I just figure I'm gonna go ahead and make a big shot at it, plant everything, try to get a couple really nice shoots the first 2 weekends, and then come out and just do some little personal shoots after the fact once the dove just kind of start thinning out. So more tractor videos coming there. We'll do the planting, we'll get it all leveled, packed in, and I'm standing in 1.5 foot tall grass right here, so I've got more mowing to do. Now that things are finally starting to slow down a little at work, I don't know, I say that, I've still got a busy week ahead of me with everything that went on if you watch my other video there. So videos are still going to be sporadic, but I want to get on that storm shelter bad. Here we are in hurricane season. I haven't even started putting walls up yet, but it's just not been a priority with everything that's been going on in my life. So that's coming up. Like I said, lots of mowing. That's what I typically do. The garden's winding down. That'll free up a lot of my time in the afternoons there. not having to pick and water. So once that gets completely wrapped up, it's just going to be kind of a lot of tractor videos taking care of this place with a few little projects stuck in. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for helping the channel grow. Been a lot of subscribers here lately, and again, I appreciate the ones that's been around for a while. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. I really do enjoy talking to y'all. Thanks for watching.